3, 2, 1. We should be live. Are we live?
Are we live? Can you hear our beautiful dulcet tones?
Can y'all hear us? Are we live? Are we there? There's going to be a delay, of course. So
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
right.
all this incredible golden stuff that we're dropping right now.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
So
we are live.
We are live.
In the
yeah.
chat.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you, Tryon.
Hey.
Perfect.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, the innkeeper there. You are live.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that. We're here.
Well,
happy
all right.
500 subs to me. Actually, this is more like a 550 sub celebration now, because
Nice.
I passed 550 last night when I was asleep. So
Very exciting.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah. I my most successful video, I was waiting desperately because I wanted to catch it. I'm sorry, I'm about to get real. I wanted to catch it when it hit 6969, and I woke up in the morning and it hit 6970. I had missed it by one.
Oh,
so
no,
mad.
that happened to me. I think that happened to me on 420 subs. I had put on Twitter at times like 417, and I was like, if this hits 420, we're gonna get a nice.
Yeah.
And when I looked at it again, it was 421, and I was like, all right, it still gets a nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone in chat, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the congrats. This is phenomenal. Big thanks I want to say to the innkeeper yesterday for that lovely write-up he did on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, he did like a 7-part thread highlighting my channel, and I really appreciate it. I was in the grocery store when I saw that, so I was trying to not cry in public because that would be a little embarrassing.
Try explaining that to people. No, you don't understand.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and I've got the little. Can y'all see the chat highlights popping up there? Because I see them on my end. But
You're right.
Yep. Dusty Wheel, you were wrong about men, but that's okay. I mean, I think there's an argument both ways. I like that joke a little bit because it is. I never thought about men in that capacity, about her being a sexy lamp. Kind of opened my eyes to just some of her lampy elements. There's a lot of them. She has a lot of lampy elements, y'all.
She's lampish. She's definitely
she's
lampish.
She might not be I've said this before. Mim might not be a sexy lamp, but both of her legs are.
Yeah. I don't think she starts as a sexy lamp. I think she becomes a sexy lamp, but I also think that my post-book headcanon is she is very unlampish.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know. I know that this is not. It's utterly ridiculous to do this, but I fully include my post-book headcanon in my assessment of her character. So
many congrats. I'm trying to highlight them all. This is phenomenal.
Aww.
So before we really, get too far into it, I do want to throw out there that I have a Patreon, and I have 4 glorious patrons who are supporting this channel, and they are, in no particular order, Unraveling the Pattern, Darius Sadai, Emmy's Farstrider, and The Wheel Reads. So I want to give special shout out to all of y'all for supporting me over there. That's been a big kind of morale boost for me here recently, just because... I've seen my other friends, their channels grow and they get patrons and stuff, and mine's kind of, it's been a little slower on my end, and Trailer Guidon has kind of reinvigorated me. And I apologize, folks, if I'm looking this way a lot, because my monitor is right here and chat's right there, and so I'm constantly doing this thing. But, I don't have quite as nice a setup as the Dusty Wheel. So
you don't have a tailor is what you don't have.
That is so true. That is so true. So I like this. Jason Haddad, men is lamp adjacent. Yes, she is lamp adjacent. I agree with that, despite what the innkeeper says. But it's okay. We can all agree to disagree.
We can all agree to disagree, except for the fact that
okay, so here's a
character.
good point that Tryon brings up, and that Rebecca reading the pattern has also brought up. Men holding Rand together in the latter part of the series. That's true. I would agree that without men, Rand would not be able to hold it together at all. But at the same time, that's still just her servicing Rand's storyline and not her own.
Yeah.
Now, Rebecca had a great video about it where she talks about that you're not the main character of every story in every season of your life. And in Min's life at this point, this was not her main character time to shine. Arguably, that's going to be post-series canon, right?
Yeah.
You know, she's going to be super important post A Memory of Light. But during the main section of books, you know, there's something to be said for that. But the argument, I think, is that Min starts off really awesome and pretty cool, and then she develops some cool skills and abilities, and then doesn't really use them.
Yeah. My thing, like, I never, until I heard, like, when I heard people start using that term, it's like, I feel like she kind of becomes a lamp, but it doesn't bother me all that much, because I think all of us, as Rebecca said, and as you were just highlighting, occasionally are lampish in our lives. Like, we occasionally are, you know, adjacent to the main character or supportive of the main character.
Right. Well, like me, I'm a lamp every day. So, you know.
Right. But also, like, there's plenty of women who are not lampish. So, and there's plenty of men who are kind of lampish. So it's like, I don't feel like it doesn't stand out as an egregious, offensive thing. Like, in many stories where the women are just like, there. They're just there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I just noticed Dusty Wheel. Why can't I tip you, Vance? I need to make that happen. I think I need to have over 1,000 subscribers for that. So y'all know what to do. Let's mobilize the Bard Corps and get out there and get me up to 1,000, huh?
Anybody who's in the chat right now, if you haven't subbed, you're a dark friend. And if you wish you were a dark friend, then you're a white cloak. Whatever, like, yeah.
Yeah. But that is one of those. So this is one thing that actually, Innkeeper, they're bringing up a good point. You and I have talked about this a lot, Jenny, about how YouTube is weirdly gatekeepy on a lot of its features for unlocking certain things. Like, you can't get a personalized URL till you have 100 subs. Then you can't at people in comments, like use the little at symbol in their username until you have 1,000 subs. You know, it's really bizarre. And of course, monetization at 1,000. There's a lot of things YouTube does not let you do unless you have, it's not a large audience, but a sizable audience. And I think part of that is, I understand that it costs a lot of money to run the operation they run, and so on and so forth. Like, there's a lot of technology and people to pay behind the scenes to make all that work. So they don't want to just give all of that to every single channel that has 0 videos, right? Like, because so many people just have a YouTube account to log in and track their favorites.
Right.
But at the same time, it's really annoying when you're actively, like, making content and trying to grow a channel, because there's so many cool things that you're like, I could use that and that would be helpful. It's like, no, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, Stubble McShave.
Frustrating.
Stubble McShave, hope you're getting another influx of subs when you're getting closer to the release of the series. Thank you. I hope so too. I mean, we've already seen that, with Trailer Guide on. I'm up 200 subs almost, and I mean, I'm up 400 followers on Twitter. I'm not bragging. This is just what happened. It's insane. I do kind of recognize that when I started my channel, it was in the lower section of, like, the time to start one at that period, because I started about 3 months after Jenny, and what would you say, like I think a lot of folks who started around your same time got a fairly sizable audience pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, well, I think people who started around my time probably started for the same reason I did, which was
your work
had
shut
nothing
down
else to do because work shut down, and I had been wanting to start a channel for a while and just kind of went, I'm gonna do it. I've been looking into figuring out how to do this whole avatar thing, and just gave up and went with an emoji. But so it was slow. It is slow, and then it just suddenly hits I don't even know. I don't know what does it, but it's a curve you have to ride, and it's frustrating at times.
Right.
But Trailer Guide On has been picking up a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, and this has been a good time to start because there's several newer channels out there, like somebody's opinion. His channel got up to over 100 pretty quickly, and I think he's still growing, which is great because he's doing some interesting things. There were some, God, who else was there? There's a couple other smaller like booktubers that had a kind of Wheel of Time focus. I can't remember them all because I learned about all these channels through Trailer Guide On, and if you see my playlist, it's like close to over 100 videos at this point, and I can't remember. Like there's more out there, so go.
I found a Wheel of Time content creator today. Like
really?
What is? Oh gosh, excuse me. My screen might just vanish for like half a second because that happens when I flip between. But I think, let's see if I can find her. She's got like 45 subscribers, but she's going through all of the books like chapter by chapter. I think she's Jamaican or something. And
I know. I forgot her name. Yes. Her recaps are so energetic. Oh, so what's energetic. Her channel name?
The Ringed Serpent.
The Ringed
Serpent, a study of the Wheel of Time.
Yes, y'all should go check her out. She's delightful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just discovered her channel today.
Yes.
So a lot of whenever I switch between screens, I disappear for half a second. But like a lot of new content creators, a lot of people are discovering the Wheel of Time. Now, the Ringed Serpent, she seems to have read the entire.
She's doing a recap.
Yeah, she's doing a recap. But a lot of people are picking up the books for the first time, obviously, because that's what happens. Like the series comes out, and that's. Bree mentioned that Eye of the World hit the New York Times bestseller list again.
Look at that, y'all. Oh, that's awesome.
So
back on the bestseller list. This is fantastic. Good news. And Trailer Guide, like the trailer's over 10 million, I want to say now. Is that correct?
10 million in like less than a week.
Oh yeah, we're going to beat Witcher season 1 trailer coming up here just next week, I bet. So this is
by
be
me
awesome.
Alone, I don't even think I watched the Witcher trailer, and I've watched this trailer so many times.
Yeah, chat. Let me see. Let's see. I'm gonna do the innkeeper's favorite thing and make a poll. So let's see how this goes. I ask a question: how many times have you watched?
Give a range because I don't know the.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a range.
Yeah.
1 to 5.
Hey Rob,
5 to
I see
10.
Malkier Talks.
Oh yay! How do you add more options to the poll though? Do you only get? All right, I'll do.
I'll only get 4.
I've only got 2, so I'm gonna go 1 to 10 or 10 to 20. There we go.
Okay.
And if you've done more than that, just click 10 to 20.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
because I know I've watched it at least 20 times.
Yeah, at least.
So.
Oh
yeah, Dusty Wheel, absolutely. It's very helpful to have a guest. So I was trying to talk my wife into coming on, but she's a little shy. She's still a little camera shy, so that's fine. I'll try to get her on the channel at some point, but no promises.
I see a question in chat. Do reactions count? If we are including reactions, I probably would have watched it maybe like 80 or 90 times.
Like, I mean, that trailer guide on playlist I made, I've watched every video in it at least once, and some of them more than once. So
yeah,
I like this one. Drew Hawthorne. By the way, y'all, this is Drew, my one of my friends who got me into reading the Wheel of Time. He said, yeah, but 1.5 million of those views are me, and I think we all echo that feeling right there, for sure.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
hear the music in my sleep.
Oh yeah, me too. Those drums, boom, boom, so good. Yeah. So good. It's looking like the poll is essentially done. We got 86% saying that they did watch it 10 to 20 times, and probably more. Very few people watched it less than that. So
can't even imagine just watching it once and being like, yeah, that was fine.
Right, yeah,
moving
exactly.
on with your life.
Well, especially for hardcore fans, right? But I think even non-fans are going back and rewatching it. Like, because so many people are talking about things that they missed in the trailer, so they're going back and trying to see these things, but they don't necessarily know what they're looking for. So they're like trying to piece it together without context, maybe. And
like it was trending. It was trending on YouTube, right? So people even who don't have any interest were like, "Oh, what's that?"
Exactly. What did we trend out on YouTube? Number 3.
That's what
for
I
like
heard.
an hour or two. That's pretty. That's insane. Trending number 3 on the second largest search engine in the world is a pretty big deal. Even if it was only for the 2.5-3 hour span that it came out there initially. Like that's a big deal. And then we stayed on Twitter trending like at least in the top 10 for several hours.
Oh, so, I wasn't sure about that. Okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, Wheel of Time hit number 2 trending on Twitter at its highest point from what I heard. And then it fell down to number 6 and stayed in the top 10 for like 3 to 4 hours. And then it finally, people have to get back to work if they work, they were at work, and then they got lives to get back to. So
I mean, I had to go to bed. So.
But that really kind of woke the sleeping fan base, I think, those who are not engaged in any capacity online or anything like that, for the most part. So it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. And then, of course, we're going to get a girthier trailer later on.
Girthier trailer that will make us gird our loins even more.
Gird your loins for the girth? Sorry. So. I'm
I see Leanne in chat. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right. Oh my gosh. I don't even, this is so weird. I don't even know what to talk about. I just was going to get on here and nerd out just in general and have fun. So
well, I had a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Did you make a bingo card?
I did not. I did
not
make a bingo card. Nope. No, well, so I mean, I have reasons for that. One of the reasons is I wanted to try to make a trailer reaction as quickly as possible when it dropped, and I did. I met that goal. I got that video out within the hour of the trailer dropping, but then also, I didn't have a printer at the time, and I didn't go do it.
I mean, I just did mine on the computer. I
told myself, oh, I should go do that, and then I forgot about it, which is, probably ADD in some capacity. I just got distracted with other things.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm liking the hashtag Girthy Guy Don.
Yeah, Girthy Guy Don. That's the next one, Girthy Guy Don. Yes.
I have a feeling that Matt won't use that hashtag for his channel. I'm sorry. Just imagining the dusty wheel.
Yep. Nerdy Gun said a ton of girth, by the way, and I'm like, yes, a ton of girth. I am stunned, y'all. There are so many of y'all here in chat. I did not expect this turnout. I'm a little touched. I'm more than a little touched. This is amazing. So many familiar faces. This is great. Well, familiar usernames, let me put it that way.
Yes. And again, just for some, as I'm seeing new faces jumping in there, so if you have not subbed, do it.
Yes.
Because then we can have another live chat sooner rather than later.
Right, yeah. Actually, I do want to talk about that. So as you can see, if you've followed any of my videos, you've seen kind of an evolution of my setup, my office, and I think I finally got one I really like. I've got my Wheel of Time books here, and I've got a mug, and I've got another 2 mugs up here behind me. And so I think I might try to do some live streams a little bit more often, maybe monthly. So, just at least to start, maybe some monthly live streams to fill in some of those points where I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to work on content, but then, I've got to do other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I did, during my, the depth of my studying for my exam, I did a lot of live streams because... Yeah, you can do a live stream when you can't spend hours and hours and hours editing a video.
Right.
So, and it's great interaction. You get direct questions and you can answer them and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's kind of hard to watch chat, though. I see, if you guys have ever watched Nae'Blis's live streams, he's always talking about, he's the worst at, watching chat when he's doing these things. And this is an extra layer of stress I didn't anticipate. This is amazing. Oh, we got a question. Michael Strasser, what do you want to see in the second trailer? More story, etc. And congratulations to 500. I appreciate that, Michael. Oof, what do I want to see in the next trailer? I think I have a list of more things I don't want to see in the trailer than I want to see necessarily, because there are things I want to remain mysterious. So that way it's shocking in the show. Like there are calls, a lot of folks want to see like Paddin Fane in the trailer, and to be completely honest, I want them to not highlight him at all. I want him to be totally fly under the radar for when it's revealed that he's going to be a bigger deal than he is. I do not want Paddin Fane. Like, it's almost like the Forsaken argument. I don't want to see the Forsaken in season 1, at least not obviously. You know, I want that to be shocking. That's one of the things I think a lot of us all agree on that RJ was not particularly good at, was veiling his mysteries. He always, especially when it came to characters and who a character was, or these hidden identities, he was not particularly great at that. I mean, you can bring out the failure of Tame Mandrid theory or whatever, but he did initially plan on that. So that's not, I think that one's moot. That was initially supposed to be the case. But, you know, he does mystery really well in other aspects of the series, like especially with like the metaphysics and how things work, and then various other machinations of certain characters. But in terms of like, I'm going to go hide out as this character, maybe his best one was Halima at first, but even then, like, that goes pretty quickly. Almost in the same book she's introduced.
I know for me, what I would like to see, I don't know, okay, it's one of those things of I would like to see it in the trailer, but I don't need it because I know that this will come in the show. I want to see some talking, like some dialogue. Because I just, you know, I loved, you know, Nae'Blis is my girl. I loved seeing her. I want to know what she sounds like. Like, I want to hear her talking to someone. Right. And, like, there was a lot of voiceover. I actually saw that in some of the reaction from non-readers. Like, there was a couple of them where like they would be asking you, am I interested in it? And they would be like, well, I really don't know. I have no idea what they're doing because nobody's talking to each other. Right. And so, which is fine. Like, it was a teaser. And even they would be like, this is a teaser. I recognize that. So that's generally what a teaser is just like, it's to tease you. That's.
Oh, did I lose your audio, Jenny? Oh, you're quiet. What happened?
What happened?
Oh, there we go. You're back. Okay.
Okay.
Probably just an internet blip. I'm going to blame that one on Zoom.
Okay. But yeah, that's the main thing. There's not any specific character. Like, there are characters, obviously, that I would like to see, but I don't even know if they're going to be in season 1 and stuff. Like, I saw the name Varen pop up a lot. I would love to see Varen, but I don't know. We haven't heard anything about Varen casting, so I don't know if she's going to be in season 1.
Yeah, she could be. I mean, I would be fine if they even just introduced her as a background character and they've cast kind of another no-name person for her. Like, that would be really interesting, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I don't. My fear is that they'll spoil too much in a longer trailer. That tends to happen with modern movie trailers, is especially 3-minute plus long ones. They tend to just spoil almost the entire movie in one go. And it's part of the reason I quit watching trailers so much, to be honest, because it's like, well, now I don't need to go see that movie. I kind of know what happens already.
I do wonder, like, if I was not a content creator, I am not sure. I don't know, because I don't know if I would have been able to restrain myself. Like, I know, for example, with Lord of the Rings, I saw one trailer by accident. Like, I was in a movie theater and the trailer came up before the movie I was watching, and it was wild. I actually recognized it before the name came up. Like, it was just like 7 characters walking by, and I was like, or 9, sorry, characters walking by the screen, and I was like, hey, that looks like, hey, that looks like, hey, is what was happening. Then it was Lord of the Rings, and then I just intentionally didn't watch any more trailers because I was going to see the movie, and so I wanted to, like, I knew it. Like, you don't have to sell me on seeing this movie. I'm going to go see it, so I intentionally didn't watch it. I've done that with other movies that I know I'm going to see. I've avoided seeing trailers. I do wonder if I would have done that with Wheel of Time because of that, because I know I'm going to watch it.
Right.
But also, I also don't know if I held off because I love Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Wheel of Time is like in my bones. I don't know, like, Lord of the Rings was good. Wheel of Time is I breathe and like I think about it way too much. So I might not have been able to hold off.
Right. I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, I just think part of that is the Wheel of Time is kind of an American fantasy series, or North American, and so that's more relatable, I think, to Canadians and Americans, more so maybe than Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings was a very British meditation on World War I and industrialization. So, I mean, while that's relatable, I think throughout the world, I think it's strongly relatable to British people specifically, and especially those of Tolkien's generation and directly after. Yes. Because that just had the greatest impact on all of their lives, and we're far enough away from those events that it is just history to us. I mean that may sound callous or not, but there's something to be said for that. Whereas, like, when Jordan was writing Wheel of Time, he obviously has some of his like Vietnam meditations on it and processing some of the things that happened to him in there emotionally. And I mean, I think that's very evident in Rand's character arc. But that's just more relatable to the North American experience, I think, with war. I think that's true, especially post World War II. But at the same time, he uses the gotta fight the big old evil bad thing trope that we all know and love. That is a quintessentially American thing, I have to say. Americans love it when it's a clear-cut line. We know who the bad guys are. We're going for it. And that's why Star Wars was so successful, to be completely honest. So, he definitely took some notes there, I think. But I've got a comment highlighted here on screen from Shaman Carmichael, who mentioned that in the next trailer they'd like mention of the dragon or Dragon Reborn concept, but no details to spoil or reveal. I could agree with that. I think that's a core part of the series, and we do need to know that they are looking for one specific person, but we have no idea who it is. Because that's going to be a strong theme in season 1, I would say, and I think that needs to be introduced a little bit early. What do you think, Jenny?
I think that could be something. Yeah, they could introduce it. I mean, I have a theory about what the series is going to do with the dragon, and like I have a theory that they're gonna. I'm going to say like all spoilers out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're all spoilers out here, right, chat? Yeah. My channel is all spoilers out anyway. So
yeah, I think they're going to make it seem like Logain's the dragon, and so I think having that in the trailer would be fine. Yeah. And I think I like. I personally, this is my thing, like the heart and the spine of the story, obviously keep it and protect it. And for me, the heart and the spine of the story is the characters. Like that is the most important part. Like when I haven't read the books in a while, that's what I miss. I'm not missing the, what happened? I'm missing my friends. I haven't seen my friends in a while. So I'm going to go back and read the books.
The fictional characters that feel like real people, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I miss. But I like the fact that this is like, can you, like, if it was literally just a word-for-word adaptation, that would be, I mean, we all love the story, right? But we'd be speculating about. Like, we're getting to experience that feeling that we had when we first read the books again. Because it's like, what happens? What's going to happen? Like, we're getting to experience that again, which, if it was just a perfect, that's the wrong word, a pure... Like the first Harry Potter movies, where it's just like, scene for scene, breakdown. Right. What do you do? Like as a person, like there's nothing for me to theorize or guess about.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, one could argue that there's very little of that in Harry Potter anyway. But
yeah, I haven't read them in a long time. I remember the first couple of movies being like, this is exactly
right. Yeah. Exactly the first two movies were essentially the books shot for shot. But I mean, a lot of people complain about that, but I would contend that they're probably the best example of that ever produced, to be completely honest. I don't know. I just have some nostalgia for those early two movies because I was at the right age for Harry Potter in all facets, from the books to the movies. So when they came out, I was just a couple years older than I had been when I started reading the books, and so for me that was perfect. The tone change in the third film for those was jarring for me, but it is what it is. I've got a question on screen here from Malkier Talks. Rob, big supporter of my channel and very, very dear friend, asking me, Vance, what has been the most rewarding part of doing my YouTube channel? I have to say the best part of this is meeting all of my friends that I have made over the last year and a half, and getting into the online fandom. I was a little hesitant to jump into online fandoms because I don't know if y'all can really see, but I have a whole shelf of Star Wars Legos over here, and I've got some more over there, and 2 lightsabers. That's one of my favorite media franchises of all time, and the online fandom for that is absolutely atrocious and terrible. It is very hard to find a couple of niche people, like a niche of people that you can vibe with and just have a good time. So I was a little hesitant. I thought Wheel of Time might be that way, and I got in, and it turns out that it is not. It is very welcoming, aside from some very, very vocal naysayers on a specific platform whose initials are FB,
Fleshbots?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Yes. Anyway,
sorry. But yeah, I was aware that there was an online fandom. Like I've told this story a little bit before. When I started reading 05, like one of the first things I did as a millennial was Google some Wheel of Time like message boards and stuff, and I found Dragon Mount, I found Theoryland, I found all of these websites, Tarvalon.net, like all of them, and but they're full of spoilers. So that was the first thing that was like printed everywhere. Be careful. And I was like, well, I don't want to spoil the books. I'm only on book 1, and it's like book 11 had just come out that year. So I didn't engage, and then that not engaging led into time passed, and then RJ passed, and I put the series down because I was like, well, it's probably never going to finish, and I was happy to be proven wrong at that point. But even when I got further into the series, I didn't go engage online because I was still worried about spoilers. So I read through very slowly. It took me like 14 years to finish the series, but when I finally finished in 2019, I was like, man, that was heavy. And instead of going online to engage with everybody, I just went back into a reread. Which I think is a common experience of a lot of us.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely the most rewarding experience is getting to meet everybody and getting a lot of different and new perspectives on the series. It's probably the best thing about it is that everyone reads the same book and comes away with something different, and then you reread it and you come away with the different things than you took away the previous time.
Yeah.
And there's always something to find because it's so long you forget about every little detail. So.
It's true. I think this is like one of the most rereadable series out there. And obviously for me, the characters are the biggest part, but yeah, there's so many things that you miss or pick up on rereads and stuff. And the community is great for that. Like I've gained new perspective on characters and storylines since joining the community as well, and it's fantastic. Yeah. So
exactly. I'm just running through highlighting some comments here while you're saying your piece.
I just saw the Dusty Wheel say there were fans online back then. Matt, really? That was you. That was you.
It's okay. We know he's joking.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I have made it, y'all. Facebook. I have made it. Antrel, Bard of Time. All right, now I'll see if I can write a song for the Bard of the Red Hand before the stream ends. That's how you know you've made it in the Wheel of Time, content creator circles. Right there is when Antrel writes a song about you. That's how you know you've made it. So phenomenal. I'm honored and just stunned. Oh my gosh, so much good I want to hop in chat and talk, but I also want to keep talking with you because we're here live, and it's just you're torn in so many different ways. I see like this is difficult. This is very
gaining some respect for Matt, the innkeeper.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, I have respect for all of my friends who put themselves out there and make content. I also have respect for my friends who share all those feelings in private as well. But like it takes a little bravery to throw yourself out there online, especially with especially defending casting choices and stuff like that, because you knew you were going to get hate from trolls and people who just didn't like it, for various reasons.
Racism.
Such as being racism. And it's just
somebody on Twitter the other day apparently had an objection to Marcus Rutherford because Perrin blushes.
Yeah, Perrin blushes
in two scenes in the books, and apparently black people can't blush as a black person. That's not true. I'm looking directly. That is not true. Like, what the hell?
I don't know.
Read that comment. It was like,
but I mean, I saw a lot of folks like talking about that and stuff. But I looked at that profile: 0 followers, 0 follows, instant block. I was done with it. I was like, nope, this is a troll. They're on here just to stir the pot and get people riled up. I think Snakes and Foxes over on Twitter actually was the final person I saw say something about it. And I was like, why even engage?
Yeah, don't
at
engage.
This point.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, exactly. Just flicker. Which is #flicker for block and move on. We have Sarah Nakamura to thank for that #flicker, by the way.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Yeah, but for sure, I mean we're in that phase of fandom now, right? Like the trailer has been brought to the attention of significantly more people than were paying attention during the casting announcements. So we're gonna get people like that, and sometimes we're just gonna get trolls. Like there are people who are just gonna come out there and say very offensive things because that's what gets them off online. And we're just gonna have to power through it. But we have a good fandom. We have a good, very very good core of the fandom, I think, and we're gonna make it through. So.
Oh yes.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Rajesh has got it. #flicker and block. Okay. Yes. Perfect. I like it. I like it. Oh, and Dana Lou Who is here. I was under the impression she wasn't going to make it, but #Bard Buddies. I'm here for that hashtag. Let me tell you. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and if y'all didn't see, Evan Hopwell on Twitter released a cover of Hurt that y'all should go check out. It was chef's kiss. So.
Nice. Very nice.
But wow, just this is I can't believe it. 552 when I looked. I don't know what I'm at right this second, but
should be more because people should be subbing as we speak.
Yeah, exactly. I part of me is like, I didn't think that I would make it to this point a little bit, like the other part there's that part of you that's kind of like the drive, the what they call in the millennial generation the hustle element, that's like, no, you're gonna make it to 1 million, you're gonna do this, because you have to partially delude yourself into working a whole bunch for very little payoff, because anyway So but
you haven't got a yacht yet? Sorry.
No, come on. I haven't got a yacht yet. I got 3. Get on my level.
Okay. Sorry. I got a Vespa.
I took I took lessons from Nae'Blis at JordanCon, just so you know, on how to properly YouTube and gain money with so I've got yachts now, don't worry.
Nice. Very nice.
So
this is why I got to go to JordanCon. Got to get my lessons.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, God. What are we even doing? This is amazing.
I don't know.
So I'm just happy that folks showed up to celebrate this with me for real. I wish I had like party poppers or something I could do, because wow, I'm at 565. I'm seeing in chat.
Nice.
Oh wow,
very good. Okay.
Yeah, nice. Oh, and I see that Danjamin 905 said it too. Cool, awesome. Wow. That's I'm almost to 600. This is crazy. There was a time, probably back in February, I thought, man, my channel's just not really going to grow anymore. I'm going to be stuck in the 300s range, which was fine. No. But it was like a little demotivating. You like get a little deflated. You're like, you know. But
no, you're doing it. You're doing it.
I'm doing it. I'm making it. Apparently, it's been nice. It has been very nice. So
yeah. Yeah, yachts for watts. Sorry, I like Skeeter's hashtag. Yachts for watts.
Oh, I like that. There we go. Yachts for watts. Yes. There we go. I like.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yacht watt. Oh my gosh, the white middle-aged version of watt is yacht watt. We had 1980s Wheel of Time last week. We're gonna have yacht watt next week. There we go.
Yes.
So
okay, back to the trailer, because I want to talk about the trailer for the rest of my life until the next trailer comes out.
And then until the show comes out, we'll talk about that one.
Exactly. So, what was your favorite scene? Like, what was your favorite moment from the trailer?
That's really hard to say, but if I had to pick one, the scene of Egwene coming out of the pool is very striking. So that's definitely one of them. And then I would also say the Moraine and land fighting Trollocs in Emmons Field that was very awesome. I was super stoked to see the power used in that way, and honestly, that was the most weaves of the power we saw in the trailer. Like,
absolutely,
I think they're really going to set up that Moraine is very strong for an Aes Sedai early on. Which I feel like, you know, in the Eye of the World, we kind of get the sense that her powers aren't like, it's really nebulous in the Eye of the World, right? Jordan doesn't quite have all the rules in place, and things change from how they work early to later, but she doesn't come off as like just a crazy powerful sorcerer, you know.
Right. Well, part of it, I think, is that we're seeing her from somebody who doesn't understand what's going on.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Like, it's just like fog appears.
Yeah.
And then it's, she did that. Well, okay.
Yeah, and that's true too. We've got the narrator aspect and the fact that Rand is extremely unreliable, as are all the boys. It's this weird thing of, I didn't feel like the magic was very powerful in the series until almost the Dragon Reborn, when she starts using Balefire. And Rand starts using Balefire, and I was like, oh crap, now it's real strong. Like, I thought it was kind of this more nebulous, like obvious, like almost soft magic system in a way, where
it becomes harder as it goes on.
Right. It just where they have less direct action with spells and stuff, and they were going to do more artifact work, because that's why I thought the Horn of Valyr was so important. But,
right. Okay.
You know. Anyway, back to the trailer. That's a whole nother topic. Back to the trailer. I do enjoy the fact that we're going to get to see how powerful the Aes Sedai are, and I hope they do actually crank up their power levels a little bit to bring them slightly closer to parity with Rand. I mean, not quite to parody, obviously, but you know, like, clearly channelers like Rand, Egwene, and Nynaeve just outclassed everybody else we saw in the series except the Forsaken. So I hope the Aes Sedai are brought up a little bit, because there are times where their abilities to channel feel kind of like parlor tricks as opposed to impactful
compared to
magic.
Like our main characters.
Exactly.
Like Elaine to me starts to feel like, she can barely channel, but Elaine is incredibly powerful.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
All the other Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's because she just ends up making Terangrial, right? Like, she becomes the new Terangrial factory. She's just like, this is my talent, so here we go. You know, I mean, Egwene kind of does that for a book where she teaches people to make Quindiar, right? So
yeah.
But those are probably my two favorite scenes. Of course, I liked seeing Shadar Logoth, but obviously they didn't show us everything that's going to happen there for good reasons. So this leads to a good question. What's the thing you're most excited to see more of from the trailer? How about that?
Nynaeve.
Oh yeah, I knew that was.
I mean, that was going
to
to be obvious.
Yeah.
So then, actually, okay, that's an obvious answer. Like whatever. The thing that stood out to me, okay, the scene with Egwene in the pool. That is, I think, the standout scene from the trailer. Like when people remember the trailer, that's what they're going to remember. The thing that jumped out at me, because I was not expecting to be so impressed by her, was Sofia Canedo. Like the Amyrlin. Like she looks incredible. She like looks fierce, and then the contrast between her and her full Amyrlin garb, and then that other scene where she's just like, you know, looking like more like herself, and her tats, and oh my gosh, she is going to eat every scene that she's in.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely,
in the best way possible. And I wasn't expecting her. Like she still might not be that significant in the first season, but I wasn't expecting her to jump off the screen at me the way she did, and I am stunned by it. Like it's incredible.
I think it was Nae'Blis who was saying that she was gonna kill that role.
Yeah.
Like she was just gonna completely redefine Swan Sanchi, and I mean I agree with that. She is. I mean that was one of the casting announcements that people who knew. You know what I mean?
Did any of y'all in the chat, did any of you watch Ratched? Because she is like, oh my god, she's so good in Ratched. Like she's so good. And then that's our Amyrlin seed. Yeah. Like that's Swan.
Oh, it's gonna be this. Like if nothing else, the performances in this thing are probably going to be like some of the best we've ever seen in a fantasy adaptation.
Yeah.
Like for sure. I mean, should we like what would be like best fantasy performances now? Like who would you say has been the best fantasy performance? I have mine, but I want to hear yours first.
Ian McKellen.
Okay, we're the same then.
Yeah.
Good.
I was trying to think if I could like say something more interesting, but his was the first.
No, I think that's the low hanging fruit there. Yeah. Like top tier casting right there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mean, he was amazing.
I have to say, being a kid in the early 2000s was pretty cool because we got to see Ian McKellen as Magneto and Gandalf, which was polar opposites.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing like Dana. Sorry.
Yeah. Here we go.
I want to see. Yeah.
Character moments and not just action.
Yeah, I was saying that before. Yeah, I want some dialogue in the next trailer. But I am a little nervous about what you were saying, Vance, that the trailer, like a girthier trailer with more talking, is going to give away more plot.
Right.
And yeah, that is a thing to be nervous about. I mean, I hope not, but I just want to hear them talking. I want to hear, I want to hear Nynaeve talk. I want to hear Lan talk. I want to hear Lan talk to Nynaeve, and I want to hear Nynaeve talk to Lan. And I want to hear
and I want to hear
Lan
talk like when he's not like in a rush to do something.
Yeah.
Because that's really when we've gotten his lines. Is he's very intent on doing something. We haven't gotten him in a moment of just walking or traveling, or even when they've set up camp. So it always feels like it's in these moments where he's got to just be.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. Sorry, the Dusty Wheel is demanding a poll.
Poll. Okay. What do we want the poll to be? Hold on. I did notice, by the way, chat overwhelmingly agrees that Lord of the Rings had the best fantasy cast of all time thus far. So I would agree with that statement. While Game of Thrones was good, I think they had some weak casting choices throughout the series.
Okay.
Anyway, what's the poll? What do we want the poll to be?
I don't know. I just saw the Dusty Wheel, just all caps. Poll! the innkeeper demands a poll. We must give him a poll. Let's see. What can we... What, I mean, have you thought of a question?
I've got one. It's going out right now.
All right.
It's dumb. It's so dumb.
You're an idiot.
I know. That's dad joke level humor right there. I blame my father for that. Just so y'all know. But back to the character moments. I think if we can see the characters, I want to see the boys have some dialogue moments in Emmons Field, and then I'd like to see some moments with Nynaeve and all of the younger kids and how she treats them. You know, that's stuff that's not necessarily going to be a spoiler. That's all episode 1 stuff they can show.
Yeah.
They could give us a little Lan and Moraine moment as well, either early on or later out of context, just so we can get a feel for how their relationship's going to feel in the show. And then I think that would be almost fine. Rand and Tam, I think, is a big one. Folks would want to see.
I just saw Master of the Deck said that as well in chat. I think that actually is almost important to do, because I have trouble, like, when I'm seeing Tam, the actor who plays Tam, whose name I cannot remember.
Michael Mickelhatton.
Sure, it's Bolton. It's Game of Thrones, and he's a bad guy, and I don't like him, and I need to see him being nice. And so I think it's kind of important that they show that.
By the way, the amount of non-Wheel of Time readers who knew who he was right off the bat was really high in those non-reader reactions. They were like, "Oh, that's Bolton. That's Bolton."
Exactly.
And so they, you know, I wonder how they're going to feel when they see him playing Tam. You know.
Yeah, well, that's why I was thinking they need to show that he's because otherwise it's going to feel like they just borrowed a character from Game of Thrones. So
yeah, for sure. I do want to see that relationship, and I hope they spend a decent amount of time on Rand and Tam in episode 1. Because I think we're going to lose the Althor farm, like a lot of people have speculated. I think they're just going to stay in
Emmonsfield.
Emmonsfield, the Two Rivers, until they start calling it Emmonsfield, if they ever do. But they'll just stay there, I think, for the night, because why not? Like, it was always kind of weird to me that they went back home, like they traveled all that way to deliver this stuff, and then they go home and they're going to come back tomorrow. Like, you wouldn't have just. Like, I feel like Tam would have already prepped his farm for the trip, you know, because it takes like the better part of a day to get there, and so that was always a little bit weird to me, you know. But then again, they don't have any farm help; it's just Rand and Tam, so you know, maybe that was proper. But I've known people who have farms and they just make sure everything's set up to go, and then they leave and come back. So that was a weird thing for me. But yeah, I definitely want to see. I want them to show the strength of the bond between Rand and Tam, like, because it's just it's so crucial. To establish.
Yes, I concur with that.
Absolutely. Jason Haddad, Michael Mickelhatton as Tam will be interesting to me. The characters couldn't be more different, but at the same time, it could easily come across as pretty similar. Yeah, because both Tam and Roose Bolton were stern, in the way they carried themselves a little bit. Like, you know, it's not like Tam was a disciplinarian or brutal like Roose Bolton was, but they both have this air of confidence that commands respect from everyone around them. So yeah, I can definitely see that, even though their character actions don't mimic each other at all. The air of their characters is very similar.
Right. Yeah, the authoritative.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Rhythm Rip Tam and Rand's bachelor pad. Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
There we go. Yep, and Jay Bandel, congrats, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Art had one here. I feel like Michael Mickelhatton will lend so much gravitas to the show early on. He's impressive even in a 5-second clip. That is very true. He was extremely impressive with that voiceover line, and then the little shot of him being teary-eyed in the trailer. That was just... I mean, that hit when I saw that. The whole trailer hit. Let's just be real. Like, every time it cut a scene, it just hits you. It hit you at a different part. Like, I can only take so much emotion.
Yes, so, indeed.
Exactly. So, well, what else can we talk about with the trailer? So apparently, this is one thing. So the trailer music was apparently not Lorne Balfe, even though I had heard that it was him early on, but some folks are saying that that's just stock trailer music, like either Two Steps from Hell or Audio Machine, which are some trailer music production houses. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's just licensed music again, apparently, which I'm kind of sad about because I was hoping we were finally going to get some, actual music. But we're still got to wait.
I mean, the music was good. I mean, like, I could hear it, like, do, 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 do. It's in my head constantly. Yeah. So, but I very much am interested in the music, but I don't know, like, his name. I don't even remember, and you said it like less than 30 seconds ago.
Lorne Balfe.
Like that.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna forget it again in 30 seconds. Like, I'm sure he's very good. I will enjoy the music when it comes, but I don't. That's not something like I'm not. It's not my area of expertise.
Gotcha.
Which, you are the bard. You have guitars on your wall, and I.
Yeah, over on that wall.
Yes. So.
But the music from the logo reveal was Lorne Balfe, according to Dana Luhu. So there we go. So I'll have to go back and listen to that then. That's awesome. So Lorne Balfe, for those who don't know, is a Scottish composer, and what I know him from is the video game Assassin's Creed 3, which probably has some of the best music in that entire franchise. So we're in for a treat. He's very, very good. Very good. I can tell you this, having spent over 80 hours listening to his soundtrack for that game while playing it. So.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, there's a call from Master of the Deck for the Bard Buddies to discuss Wheel of Time music. I might set that up on a live stream. That might be my next one. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with a time that works for Andrel.
I want to be able to sing. Like, I want to be able to sing Wheel of Time songs.
Well, we're lucky. We have songs. We have lyrics.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want it, and I don't want them to, like, just in the background, you hear, like, tinker in the kitchen, and then they cut to another scene. No, I want to hear the whole song. Well, not the whole song, but I want to be able to hear enough of it that I can sing the song. Like,
Absolutely. Well, and I think you and I have talked about this, whether it's in just voice chat or anything previously, but toss a coin to your Witcher. That's what we want for Wheel of Time, right? Like, maybe not as modern, campy, poppy or campy as that, but we want something that's so good it just captivates pop culture. Like, because toss a coin to your Witcher was popular with people who didn't watch the show. I mean, that blew up on YouTube. It blew up, and then all the YouTube musicians covered it, and it was just, that's what we want to happen with Wheel of Time songs.
Yeah.
So
sorry, the Dusty Wheel is cracking me up in his comments.
Oh, there it is. Chat moves a little fast. Every time I try to click on it, it pops up, and I always hit the one right below it. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Just don't listen.
Look, we said she was lamp-ish, lamp-adjacent.
Lamp-adjacent.
She's lamp-esque. She has a lampish aroma.
Aroma. Oh yeah. Like, you're talking like one of those lamps in like your grandmother's house because she smoked inside for 35 years. It's got a very weird funk to it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's what she's got.
Lamp has been in the same spot on the same table since 1957. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about with a lampish aroma right there. I think a lot of folks in chat do, right? But yeah.
Ed Sheeran's Hobbit song. Okay, sorry.
Wait, what? What is this Ed Sheeran Hobbit song?
It's a comment in sorry, another turning or something like Ed Sheeran's Hobbit song.
So let's find the initial one. Oh, okay. Yep. I gotcha. There's the full context. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I very much want to be able to sing these Wheel of Time songs. Like, there are people who've done covers and stuff online, but I want it to be like in a, the music would be so good.
Oh, yeah, right. I mean, so the thing I want, though, is, so RJ had specific songs, like the tunes that went with the lyrics for some of them, and you're laughing at something. So
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the Dusty Wheel again. Like, wow, I'm out.
Oh.
Very offended by our lamp talk. Welcome to Lamp Talk with Vance and Lezbi Nerdy.
Should we make that a regular show, Lamp Talk? No, let's not. Come on, Matt. Stay and listen. It's fine. We'll stop harping on men. So
hey, he brought it
wait,
up.
Well, let's switch over to talk about how awesome Lanfear is, and he'll stay. Okay,
right.
We'll bring up that she's just phenomenally beautiful, and she's perfect at everything she does, and it's fine. She's every secret in the thing. It's fine. Lanfear is awesome, right?
Yes.
We're all. But
yes, that's how we lure him in.
Mm-hmm.
Lanfear is great. Manfear is fantastic.
Manfear is where it's at, actually. Back to the song talk. Trying here. I want Jack of the Shadows to be as Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. Yes, I think that's...
Me too.
That probably has the viral capacity.
It does.
In the lyrics already, for sure. But definitely, I think if they get the tune right for it, it has viral capacity. Now, this is one I've always disagreed with. I can't say I disagree, but RJ set this to the tune of Gary Owen, which is like an old folk song, and I don't really like it. So
okay,
but
I mean, stuff like that, like I think is, if you're writing lyrics to a song, you need to have a rhythm to a song in order for it to make sense. Yeah. So that's why he had that in his head. I know what you're laughing at, because I saw
it's on the screen now.
Not a hater. I'm not a hater at all.
Yeah, we said we like the character. We just wish that her story arc was a little bit more.
She's awesome in my post-book headcanon. She's Harriet Tubman in my post-book headcanon.
Ooh,
she's
that is
amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes. So, Anyway. But yeah, I think like that. I even have that like theory in my mind for the Sean Chan, our Texan. I think he needed to have accents in his head, in order to keep the diction of, like, to keep it consistent.
Right.
So whether like that is what was in his head, whether that is what translates on screen, kind of is irrelevant, because it just means that when he's writing, he has to have a rhythm in his head to write the lyrics, or he has to have an accent in his head to write the dialogue.
Mm-hmm. I think there's even interview snippets out there, and you can go to Theoryland and search this in the database. But he talks about getting into characters' headspaces to write for them. Like, he actually would try to put himself in character to write for them. So that would make sense, like, especially with like the accent talk, like you said. So when he was writing like a Sean Chen character or an Aiel character, he would just pick an accent that he thought would fit close enough to what he was imagining, and just get going so he could get the flow of the sentences and stuff down. That definitely makes sense to me. And I think that jives with a lot of the other interview snippets about his writing. So, Dusty Wheel, really got to go. Much love to you all. Congrats to you, Vance. I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you again for the write-up on Twitter yesterday. I appreciate it. I almost guarantee I wouldn't have the 30 folks I have in chat right now if it weren't for you doing that. So I really appreciate it. I was expecting like awesome. 5 to 10, maybe 15 at the high end. So, but I think definitely Matt with his very kind write-up helped out a whole bunch. And I think also having you on, Jenny, has helped me out quite a bit.
Oh,
so
thanks.
And this is very nice as well, because when you were doing the live streams, I wanted to be on them, but you were doing them like really early in the morning before I woke up. And so I was
stupid spherical planet. It screws me every time.
I know, right?
It's 4 a.m. here right now. So.
Just imagine if it was actually flat, we wouldn't need time zones.
I know. If I start believing in the flat Earth theory, can we just eliminate them? That's how, like, if I just say no, the world is flat, then I can just pretend that we're all in the same time zone.
I guess.
No.
Well, I mean, if we all used UTC, we would be in the same time zone. Just saying.
Right.
It'd be the same time everywhere.
Right, but then I would still have to. I'd be working. You'd still have to work during the day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still working at different.
So sorry, I saw a comment earlier by Tryon that I want to talk about. But first, okay, what comment did you put up?
Rhythm just said time zones on thin ice. I'm like, yes, 100% agree. Oh, yes. Is it this one? I think I see the one.
What does it say? Because I can't see what you put up.
I want Fael to blow the horn.
Yeah. Have I told you what have I told you what happened to me with this?
No. What happened?
I one day was like, I think I had just finished a reread or something, and I was in the shower, and I had this thought in my mind of just, I think it's really cool that Fael blew the horn, considering that she came in as a hunter. That's a really cool arc for her. And I was in the middle of washing my hair when I said, wait a minute, she didn't do it. I dreamt it. I dreamt that Fael blew the horn, and then I just changed the canon in my head, and I like it better. I like it better.
I do too, honestly. I thought that's what was going to happen in A Memory of Light, because that would have completed that would have completed her arc.
Right, it does complete her. I will say I didn't think it at all, because like Robert Jordan completely got me. Like I remember that, like, what the fuck? Anybody could have blown the horn. Sorry, I cursed, but I was like so shocked that like anybody could have blown the horn this entire time. Cause he completely got me. It's only on rereads that I'm like, yeah, that's a better arc. Like it does complete her arc. Yeah, and I like it. Yeah. I'm a dreamer. Yes, I wish. Oh my gosh, that would be so nice.
So I think we're going to go for about another 5 to 10 minutes here, and then because I want to be respectful of your time. I know it's late over in South Korea.
Thanks.
And I want to be respectful of everyone in chat's time as well. But yeah, I just love that idea. I wish she had blown the horn instead of. All right, full disclosure, y'all. I don't really like Oliver all that much.
I almost included this in my Easter eggs. He's
okay, but I mean, just like I don't have any attachment to that kid. He's like nothing to me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I almost was going to include this in my Easter eggs video, just because. But it's just whatever. I find it hilarious that they added a cute kid and they named him Oliver. Those of you my age, maybe a little older, can remember Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch, where they like just brought in a cute kid to try and boost ratings. It's like Robert Jordan had to have done that on purpose. Like it was just
it feels like an homage, but also it feels like a reference to Dickens as well. Because of Oliver Twist and the whole orphan thing. But I mean, it's like that's a very light. He's an orphan and he's named Oliver. Oh well, there was an orphan named Oliver. But and then Eben Hopwell agrees with you, by the way. Oliver equals cousin Oliver. Exactly. I think so. I do think it was, and he is ugly too. So I do think it's a little bit of like a reversal of that trope. Right. So, yeah, that's.
Well, yes, he's specifically not cute.
Cavill for Oliver.
Cavill.
Oh my god, he's way too old to play Oliver. That's for sure.
But I have a whole video where I talk about this. I think that if they have Oliver in the show, they're gonna have to redo his character a lot, because a child will age, and like it would just you would have to do a lot different with his character.
Right, yeah. Well, that's the other problem with like television adaptations, right? Is they happen in real time for the most part. And the books don't have to happen in real time. I mean, it's only 2 years from The Eye of the World to A Memory of Light, basically. It's less than 2 years, I think, actually. By like, it's like a month shy of 2 years almost. So that's very fast-paced. Actually.
Yeah. Master of the Deck is very, very into Henry Cavill playing the Gollum. I honestly think he would play anything. He's a huge WoT fan.
Yeah. Oh, he's just a big old fantasy nerd. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's hoping one day that Henry Cavill makes it to JordanCon to hang out with us. That'd be tight.
Yeah.
But this is an old meme right here. Daniel Green equals Oliver.
He can do it. He can do it.
There we go. I honestly forget about that sometimes, but yeah. So 2.5 years total according to Dana, the whole series. So yeah, still the TV show, if it goes for 8 seasons, is going to be a lot longer than that. So
yeah.
Any kids will age.
Yeah, I think that's also one of the reasons why they aged up the characters, to be honest, because you age a lot more between your teens and your 20s than you do between
absolutely.
like your early 20s and your late 20s. Like you just physically look so different. So I think that was part of their thinking too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, Master of the Deck bringing in another Twitter discovery from Trailer Guide on Brandon Ruth, another Superman. Also a huge Wheel of Time fan. Just so everyone
I didn't
out there.
know
Yes,
that.
I know, right? So we have not one, but two Supermen who are Wheel of Time fans.
Wow, that would be hilarious.
What other fandom?
Supermen.
What other fandom, huh? Tell me. What other fandom?
Henry Cavill for Lanfear. Sorry.
Excuse me, Henry Cavill for Manfear, I believe would be the correct terminology for that.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Why not? I would go for it.
Yep. Oh, and here's a serious one, though. If it'll click. There we go. But, of course, also Cavill for Demandred. Yes, that would be phenomenal, actually. Demandred or Moradin. Although I think Moradin technically is younger, closer to Rand's age than Demandred is. And Henry Cavill's slightly older than I am, so I think, probably Demandred would be a better fit for just where he's at in age.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's a strong casting, provided that he would be free from enough from The Witcher and other projects to commit to Wheel of Time for at least 2 to 3 years. So, but yeah, all right, y'all. I think we're at a pretty good stopping point. I just really want to thank everyone for showing up. I want to thank you, Jenny, for coming on and chatting with me, celebrating this milestone. It's been a blast the last couple of weeks. This is the fastest growth my channel has ever experienced, and I'm enjoying it. It's quite fun. And I hope that your channel and all of our other content creator friends' channels and podcasts and everything else they do, fan art, everything is getting boosted right now as well. I just think it's a great time to be a fan of the Wheel of Time and fantasy in general. And thank you, chat, for showing up, hanging out with us. This is the first time I've done a live stream, so if I wasn't completely paying attention to you, I apologize. I'm gonna try to get better at it. So yeah, that's my little piece, Jenny. If you wanna say a little thing before we sign off.
No, just congratulations. Thanks for inviting me. This is great.
Thank you for coming. I know it's really late for you, and I'm really appreciative. So everyone, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream now. Again, if you want to support the channel, go ahead, like the video, subscribe, hit the little bell icon to see more Wheel of Time content from me. Head over to my Patreon. I have 4 tiers over there. The lowest tier is only $1 a month if you sign up. Any amount, of course, is appreciative. You should know that just your viewership is enough for me. You can follow me on social media at Red Hand Bard or the Bard of the Red Hand on the various outlets. I'm most active over on Twitter, though. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Have a good